Hello and welcome to Epic Fail, episode 124. Before we get the show started today, just wanted to give a special shout out to those that are helping us fail. We got a new one this week, Catastrophic Fail. Norman the Turtle has joined the group of Patreons. Appreciate you, Norman. We got a new one this week. Our Epic Fail, Craig. Our Deliberate Fails, Joseph, David, Mickey, Cuddles, and Flash Goth. We appreciate you. And we also have some subscribers here on Twitch, Draven Dresden, Jamie Joy, Galvanid, and Gank Theory. Thank you for letting us fail.
Greetings! Welcome to Epic Fail, episode 124. We will add the bumpers and such in post, because, yeah, I don't have that stuff. Moving forward, I was muted in Skype. You guys could hear me, but my co-host couldn't, which probably would be a little problematic for, a show. Just a little bit. Anyway. Completely screwed my chain of thought, which was already missing a few links to begin with. So we'll just get into the co-host. Hey, Scarlett.
Yes.
How are you doing?
Oh, hey, look, an eyeball.
Here's the first one.
I'm okay. A little frazzled, but guess what? I got 6 mounts today.
Oh my god.
Don't worry, Theory. They were all from a vendor.
Argus.
I got exalted. Yeah, I got exalted with Argasian. So I bought 48,000 gold worth of mounts because they're 8,000 each, and there's 6 of them. I haven't actually been playing a lot of WoW this week. I did raid, and our raid did something awesome, which was we got AOTC finally. Yay! Also, I'm doing a shout out early. I'm going to shout out to Draven for kicking butt on KJ because he dragged those things to the thing. The fireballs in the last phase, he was the only one dragging them, and I saw that, and that's probably why we got the kill, because I think we were all frazzled, so it may not have worked out so good. But anyways, see, I had a shout out prepared. Ha.
Just gave it at the wrong time. It's all good.
It's okay. It's still Epic Fail.
It's fitting for some reason.
Exactly. So, I've been playing a lot of D3. I decided to go replay the story mode, and I don't know how, because every other time I've played the story mode, my gear has been absolute crap, but I'm leveling in Necromancer, and she's only level 40-something, and her gear is high enough to do Torment 2 already. She's got like 3 legendaries and a whole bunch of super crazy things. And then because I'm doing not seasonal, so I had like the super high gems from my
well, that would be why you're able to be so overpowered.
No,
if you're not,
if
you're not doing seasonal, you have all that prestige or whatever it's called points. You're overpowered.
Well, yeah.
You're overpowered. That's why.
I'm not overpowered. But anyways, so I'm like halfway through Act 2. I'm almost ready to kill Asmodan. I think that's Act 2. I don't know. Anyways, I'll probably level 70 before I finish the story. But anyways, D3 is kind of fun when you just kind of don't want to like think about things. And also, I've been in this like weird mood, so Blood and Guts is perfectly cool. You know, that gothic horror, it's kind of cool. So, yeah. I don't know. I played some Overwatch, did some Revenge of Junkenstein. I bought the Junkrat skin, the one that's in our picture, finally, only a year late. And that's that's pretty much it. That's been my week in gaming.
I've been using that skin for a year.
I know. I didn't get it last year, and you couldn't buy it. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Alrighty. Theory, is it you down there, or is it a still picture?
I think it depends on how long we wait. If you wait long enough, there'll be lots of still pictures of me, because as you guys can probably tell if you're watching the video, Draven is hosting this week because my internet is garbage again. Thanks, internet. Comcast, I hate you so much. Yeah, so my week consisted of not being able to raid, partially due to internet problems, partially due to time changes for me specifically. And that was the big thing for my week in the gaming standpoint. I did play a lot of Warcraft, but mainly I'm doing things like doing the Greater Rifts and stuff like that on all my 110s. I actually stepped aside as raid leader for the fire department simply because I can't raid that late anymore this week because of my job, how early I'm starting, how much I have to get up at like 6 a.m. Monday through Friday, which is 2 of the raid nights. So basically passing on the torch to the other raid leads and the rest of the team to kind of continue to move forward. Team is not splitting up, but I think everybody kind of understands the whole reason why I'm doing it. No big deal. And they'll just continue to move forward and kick butt.
It is a big deal because we'll miss you, but we totally understand.
Well, sometimes when people leave or things happen like that, it can affect the rest of the team, and I'm trying very hard to not let that happen. The team is such a good a group of people that pretty much knows each other pretty well. And here I am freezing again. So I don't want to do anything that's going to mess that up. For me, my plan going forward is I'm going to attempt to start a 1 night a week raid team on Sundays. I'm not going to rush into it. It'll probably be a few weeks before we get going. It will be probably a little bit more serious than fire department was, but still not like Mythic or anything like that. But in the meantime, I'm just going to kind of relax a little bit and enjoy the game and continue to settle into my new sleep schedule, which doesn't allow me to raid until 1 or 2 in the morning. But yeah, that's my week. How about you, Draven?
Well, before I get into my week, I'm totally going to let you know ahead of time. I'm going to transpose taps into what you just said.
Oh, dang.
No need.
Oh, it's too late. I already wrote it down. It's already...
It's already written down on the list.
It is known. My week consisted of a lot of Overwatch because freaking Junkenstein. Warcraft was obviously AOTC. There was Scarlet in the group. Listening to Theory. I can't raid with you guys anymore. So, bye. He was nicer and, more civil about it.
He didn't say it like that.
Hence why I added that he was nicer and more civil about it. He's like, you guys go too late. And I'm like, I'm up till 6 in the morning.
So. I was totally okay if we could have raided an hour earlier because with my new time zone I'll be in, it'll be even later for me to raid. But
I'll just give you an internet on the side of the head every so often. It'll be okay.
If that could actually work, it might wake me up. But
slash whisper Scarlet.
No, what you'll do
to the side of the head.
No, this is what you'll do. You'll make her a special weak aura that every time you use a certain pet or a certain toy will use the really loud air horn. So as soon as you start nodding off, you can just take that toy out and it'll yell at her. Perfect.
That would be horribly funny.
I think it'd be amazing.
It would be funny.
The only thing I could say about that is that would be amazing if not for the fact that she would get rid of it so fast because you can't turn it on for only raid areas, can you? It's just a weak aura that's there.
Oh, you can. I
think you could put it to trigger in raid settings.
Yeah, you can make it only load in raids.
So it just
you can make it only load in certain boss encounters if you wanted to.
Yeah. I was just thinking, how many air horns would that be if she went to like Stormwind or?
Oh, that would be horrible. That would be horrible.
It could definitely be written to just be every time you do something as well. There's a lot of possibilities there.
I mean, there's always the off chance that I would miss a raid for a random reason, but right now that's not really going to happen unless my internet's dead. But as for my week, WoW-wise, there's that. A lot of artifact power going in. I literally just earlier tonight, it was about 4 or 5 o'clock, I think, in the afternoon since we're so early, so just about 5 hours ago maybe. What is it? Artifact level 70, 71? One of those two?
What? I'm at
crazy.
66. Almost 67, but still. You're so far ahead.
Well, there's been a couple times where I've had pretty close to 200% on those. Like, they're now like 1.8 billion or 2.4 billion. I've had like nearly 200% where they did proc their extra, so I've gotten a ton of them. So I'm like, hee hee. Which is
That's
why
crazy.
I take Meatball with me, because I don't need to worry about it. Continuing the argument from last week.
I forget that argument.
Meatball.
I know.
Heroes, clearing out my dailies and all that fun stuff. I will eventually do my placements, but it's one of those weird situations. Same with Overwatch. And that's really about it. Outside of in one day doing my world quest in Argus and clearing out some world bosses, I picked up 7 eggs.
They better all hatch into stuff and not, what is it, rotten egg or something?
I've gotten mostly the aged yolk or whatever, but I've gotten a few pets.
Yeah.
So I think I've got all the pets now. I haven't got a single amount out of them.
Remind me in 8 minutes I have an egg hatching.
I'll tell you what, I'll remind you in about an hour.
No.
Yeah. But that's been my week. So, why don't we just go ahead and do the whole news thing? Because we probably should do that and not talk about eggs all night. But Theory, before we do that, I just want to compliment you on that sign behind you. It is... And your dogs.
Yeah, they're all talking right now.
Yeah. Well, it's early.
Puppies!
But I wanted to, comment on your sign. The return of the sign.
I'm betting that it's looking especially trippy with my crappy internet.
It's actually okay. I mean,
It's pretty
I
good.
cut off the left part of it so the G's cut, but that's a...
That's it. I'm Ank Theory. Ank Theory.
Ank Theory.
Yep. Now, if you put an H in there, you'd be Onk Theory. And...
And then he'd have to play
No shamans. No shamans. No.
Yeah.
No.
All right, well, let's go ahead and do the whole show thing. Again, I'm the one hosting. I don't have all the bumpers right now because I lost the links, and I don't have them on my computer, so... What do you do? First up, I'll web links I'll have in the show notes, all that fun stuff. We'll do what we can. First up, the BlizzCon map came out this week. Like, the day after we did our show last week, if I remember.
Yeah.
Thank you, Blizzard. That shows you like us. You waited until we went, and then you put stuff out. Yay!
That's it right there.
Yeah, it's right there.
You can't see it because it's microscopic, but that's it right there.
Yeah, I can see it.
I have a question about it. Is it bigger than last year by like a lot?
Well, there's a new wing, so
There's
yes.
an extra room.
Okay, that's what I thought. That
We talked
it used to
about
be
this,
only the
Scarlett.
3 stages, right? And then everything on the right-hand side is new?
Not everything. The round room, this room right here,
Yeah,
Was
that
there.
was there.
but one of these two was not there, and I don't know about this little thing that's up there.
Oh, there's
Okay.
also the upstairs, and that's on that map too. So it's just
Yeah.
it looks a little weird. So Overwatch took StarCraft Arena, which is what it's always been, is the StarCraft Arena. It makes sense. Overwatch is a little more popular. And you got Heroes has its own stage. WoW has its own stage. All that fun stuff. StarCraft has its stage. And then you have Hearthstone, which isn't having the championship, has its own... That's the new tiny little area.
They're probably gonna have the
It's just a invitational.
it's there's a specific name for it. It was Kibler and Kripp last year, and they did Challenge Stone. I think they'll probably do Challenge Stone there, which is kind of cool. They have a certain amount of time to prepare their decks, and they have different rules, and then it's basically see who can make the best deck in the smallest amount of time and win with it, kind of thing. It's pretty cool. So that they'll probably have that, just like fun matches and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be like a streamer / popularity match or something. You know, just a silly little thing. But it'll be interesting. Is there anything on there that you thought was kind of funny? Because I saw the Diablo area, which is literally the demo area, and that's it. And
Well,
it's
they already
tiny.
announced.
No, I
They
know.
already
I
announced
just
that they're-
thought it was funny. That's all.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like every year it's not big enough to me. Like, I know they keep adding on to this building that they use, but it still feels like they could go bigger to me every year.
Yeah.
Well, bigger is better? Question mark.
Are you saying size matters?
I don't know. I was asking a question.
But no, I mean, you compare the Diablo area, the demo area, to the WoW demo area, which has always been big, but this one looks really big, which tells me they have something big coming. Expansion. And yeah, so it was just one of those things. And the heroes.
So that's your prediction?
I'm not predicting anything yet. Well, outside of what I've been predicting for, I don't know, a while now. But yeah, fun times. And then we got the BlizzCon merch items, or the in-game items. We got some merch too,
We did.
which you can look at some of it.
You can't access it in game yet. That's what made me start Diablo. Is I wanted to get the in-game stuff, and it's not there yet.
Well, it depends on which items you're talking about. The WoW mounts have been in game for like what, 2-3
True.
weeks?
Yeah,
But-
those have.
Hero stuff is coming Monday, Tuesday, whenever the patch hits.
Yeah,
They're coming out with
so
Junkrat.
it's kind of trickling out this time as opposed to getting everything.
Yep. Diablo has the little Murky pet, which is like the Necromancer Murky. The what they call
He's
it?
adorable.
The Mercromancer.
Yeah, he actually does look cool. I kind of wish he was in WoW.
Mercromancer, yeah.
Romancing the Murloc. Oh right.
What's with the hot stuff being pigs or hogs or whatever?
They just made
What?
it. They made Tron pigs. Tron looking
Oh,
boars.
right.
It's here.
I forgot about that, and I was like, "What is Theory talking
You're probably not gonna be able to see it. It's too bright. It's
Yeah,
a little
that's
piggy spray. It's a little piggy like BlizzCon banner, and then an actual. Is that a mount? I don't know. It's like a pig with a mohawk
Yeah, it's a
mount.
You get a pet, a mount, a banner, and a spray. Or not a pet,
Oh.
but a banner, a spray, and a mount for heroes.
Well, what's the significance of the pigs
There
in
isn't
HOTS?
It's just a.
Okay.
They just picked a. It looks like they just picked a random animal and it's like Tronify it.
It's freaking weird. Okay.
It looks cool, but it's not one of those. Holy crap! I mean, a lot of people love it, and I'm just like, here, piggy.
Yeah, it's kind of strange.
Didn't they do horses last year? Maybe every year it's going to be an animal.
I don't
I mean,
remember horses.
There's a lot of animals that they use because that's like beast is the main thing that they do for mounts, horses and stuff like that. So.
Yeah.
StarCraft, you get like Junkertown, like from Overwatch, skin for your gatherers, I guess, like the SCVs and stuff like that.
Yeah, the junkers.
Yeah, so it's kind of an Overwatch theme to StarCraft, which is doubly weird, but I mean they look cool.
They look cool, but I don't really know what they are. So
It's the
Sorry,
mineral.
Alexander.
It's the mineral gathering, the mineral gathering pieces that you control. So I mean, like I said, they look cool. but I hardly ever play StarCraft enough to worry about it. I do play it from time to time, but never against other people.
Yeah.
Because I don't need that kind of headache. And then we have Hearthstone, which has the most amazing thing ever! Or not, because we don't know. We're assuming it's a golden legendary, but...
Oh, they said that. It is a golden legendary. They actually did say that.
Oh,
You just don't know what it is. Yeah.
Okay, so I just missed that.
It's probably a golden legendary for something that hasn't been announced yet that will be announced at BlizzCon, which
That's what
if I
I'm
was a Hearthstone
assuming.
fan, I'd be happy about that.
I also second that because of something in a Hearthstone stream today. Toast and Trump were having a co-stream. They were like basically playing together, and Toast asked if Trump was excited for, and then he was like, the NDA thing.
Mm.
So he's either just messing around, but I don't think so.
He knows something.
Exactly.
I don't think that they're allowed to mention NDAs on stream. Like,
They're
even
not.
the fact
They
that they're
screwed up.
there.
That's funny.
Well, he has been in Blizzard jail before.
Blizzard jail?
He got banned on stream once
Guess
by
I don't know what
accident.
Blizzard jail is.
Basically, he messed up, so they didn't invite him to something else.
Sounds like it's going to happen again.
Well, just mentioning the NDA that there is one may not hurt him too bad, but yeah, he might not get invited to the next one.
Yeah, that sounds about right. We mentioned merch. There's a bunch of new stuff. If you have your virtual ticket already ordered, you can see all of it, provided you're logged in. And if you don't, you can see some of it.
Well, you can see quite a bit just by Googling it. If you go direct, it doesn't bring to the actual
So,
site.
I have a question for you guys about the merch.
Yep.
Did you guys see the possible accidental, may have been on purpose, but probably accidental leaks that they did in the merch descriptions?
I did not. What did you see?
I wasn't paying attention to descriptions. I just saw the Murloc onesie, and I was like, I'm not getting that.
Murloc onesie. The Murloc onesie is adorable, and that's one of the spoilers. Should I mention what it was, or I don't know what I should.
I think
spoiler.
you should totally get the Murloc onesie, Draven, and I think you should wear it on the show.
If someone
would
were
totally-
to buy it for me, that's one thing. I'm not saying I would wear it on the show. I'd show it off.
I would totally wear it.
Well, I think if Norman asks you to wear a Murloc, that you should have to wear a Murloc onesie because it's Norman.
That's kind of true.
All right.
So the
right there.
spoiler was basically at the bottom. It said the new race, Murloc,
What?
and then
That's not what mine says. Cupid
No.
Deadly Murloc.
it was taken down. That slogan was taken down and replaced.
Oh.
And then there was something else too, also WoW related. I don't remember what it was. And then it was
bet
also
you they were-
taken down.
Bet you they were trolling.
I honestly think it is trolling. I think they're having way too much fun trolling the community now. They've started on trolling the community with like, what do you call that? The data miners and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I've said before, if I worked at Blizzard and I wanted to keep something secret, I'd put all kinds of like fake crap in the game that had nothing to do with anything, and people were like, well, I don't know what this goes to. But then some stuff that could be there, and then some stuff that actually would be there, and they would be like, I don't know, this all seems to be in the same spot. Is there 3 versions of this same thing? Holy crap! Which, honestly, that's also a really cool idea, too. But
Well, for Diablo not having much at BlizzCon, their shirt's very cool.
I didn't actually look at the rest of the merch.
It's Diablo Halls of the Blind shirt. It's pretty neat. Diablo's poster, the Necromancer poster, is pretty badass too.
That is pretty awesome. I've seen that one.
But I'm scrolling through some of it now. It looks pretty nice. I mean, there's stuff I wouldn't mind having. I don't know, like even the Hearthstone water bottle is pretty nice. But I don't know.
I think when I move, after I get established, I'm going to have to go on a Blizzard shopping spree.
Is that, wait a second. Okay, so that's a Heroes of the Storm water bottle that Draven's holding up for those that are not watching.
Yeah.
It's very similar, but not exactly the same. But honestly, the new Hots water bottle is better. Did you see the new one?
I honestly, I can't see a lot of the stuff because I haven't got the ticket.
Well, I was able to find a link that actually shows it all to me, and I haven't bought a ticket yet either. And it's the way I can explain it is that it's similar size on the bottom, but it tapers up a little bit towards the top, but not a lot. And the bottom and the top are both stainless with black on the middle, and that kind of digital pattern that they like to use with the Hearthstone, or excuse me, Hots logo in the middle. So it's
That's
pretty nice.
cool.
It's like $23.
Yeah.
I don't know how I'm able to see it all, but I'm not complaining.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that I can see. Like, I can see the BlizzCon pin and there's stuff like that. But whenever I click, like the preview page, but if I try to click it to open the actual page to, like, yeah, I want to buy that, it just says, yeah, you don't have a ticket, so you can't.
Oh, maybe you're allowed to browse, but just obviously
Maybe
not
that's
go to
it.
the buy page.
So I haven't gone through all the merch and all that because I know I'm going to find stuff that I can't afford.
And if you haven't gotten enough of every other backpack that Blizzard has thrown at you, there's a really nice Diva backpack.
The Diva backpack is adorable.
Yeah, it's actually really nice looking. I would never wear that, but it is really nice looking.
It honestly looks like something you could use as part of a cosplay outfit.
The Overwatch May Yeti slippers, though, I would totally rock those. I'm just saying, I would wear those around the house.
Hey, Norman.
Yeah.
Norman.
Those are
some
nice.
Slippers.
Take some pictures. Take some pictures if you order them because that would be amazing.
Those are awesome, and there's a really nice Overwatch polo too. And it's got a weird spot on the back of the shirt, like on your shoulder blade. It says Overwatch, which is a little strange. I don't know if that's like a new thing that I just missed out on, but I'm used to logos being on like the front, upper chest area, which it does have an Overwatch logo there on the front. But then on the back, it has an Overwatch written logo right on your shoulder
Wouldn't
blade.
that be imitating like sports jerseys?
I don't know of a sports jersey that puts a logo over your shoulder blade and nothing else.
Oh, I thought it was written. Sorry, I thought it was written. No.
Yeah, but it's not like written like on a jersey, like all the way across the back. It's really small. It's like this big
Oh,
on your shoulder blade.
gotcha.
Yeah. Which it still looks cool, and it's not crazy expensive
It's catering.
considering it's a polo.
It is catering to the people that have long hair so that they can show off the Overwatch logo also.
Oh, well, maybe you might be right, because if you put it in a ponytail, you'd still be able to see it. I don't know. I'm not in the long hair don't care club.
Yeah, that was me making that up, so I have no idea. But speaking of Overwatch, oh, go ahead. You have more stuff.
Oh, there's all kinds of cool stuff. There's a Sombra pillow. Sorry, I'm still shopping
the
up here.
skull, the skull thing. Is that
Yes, it has a skull. Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I just imagined this. You know those anime body pillows? I totally imagined one of Sombra. That would be hysterical.
I'm not going to say anything to that because it might be construed as being really creepy. There's a Pirate Pepe plush. The Pirate Pepe plush, which is badass.
That was the other spoiler.
Okay, didn't know that was a spoiler.
There was some tag related to pirates or something on the Pirate Pepe.
For Alessandra, there's a really nice long sleeve button up StarCraft shirt, which it has several logos directly underneath that weird little tag that's on the back of the button up shirt sometimes. So it's right in the middle. So it's much more normal placement, but it's got the Protoss, Zerg, and I don't remember what the other one is, logos right underneath it, which looks really nice.
Terran or human?
That would be it. That's kind of weird that it's Terran, because this in Guardians of the Galaxy is called the Terran too. Weird anyway. Continuing on. Draven totally wants me to stop talking about this stuff. Definitely StarCraft came first.
So then it was a homage.
This is a decent looking Warcraft wallet. All right,
I have wanted a Warcraft wallet for ages, but I went and bought one but it wasn't Warcraft. I bought a Deadpool wallet,
Wait.
which is kind of badass.
Before you move on, there is an ugly holiday Grinch sweater, which is pretty awesome.
Didn't they have that last year?
If they did, I didn't see it. It's green, a little bit of red. No, Murlocs. It's the Grinch. They may have had Murlocs last year. This is just a big picture of the Grinch, and then like zigzags and World of Warcraft logos.
Gotcha.
It's actually a nice looking ugly sweater. All right, go ahead, moving on. All right.
Well, you were talking about Overwatch, and that made a really good segue into the next thing. So, getting back to Overwatch. We mentioned, and even our title screen, which I'll pop back up here, Junkenstein's return. I think I've gotten like 20 levels from playing Junkenstein so far this week.
That's crazy.
I love playing it. I've gotten everybody now. I've had to play everybody. Mostly McCree, a little bit of Soldier. I've had 2 games with Hanzo and 2 games with Ana. And I'm terrible at Hanzo. I would rather play Ana, and I suck at her.
I played Soldier twice. I'm good at shooting NPCs with Soldier. I'm not good at shooting players with Soldier.
How about that dragon, though? How about that dragon?
Hanzo Dragon?
No.
Oh, that, yes.
That's the Metra Dragon, that new addition to it, which looks amazing on a character I'll never play.
It's hot. I must say, it's hot.
Yeah, it's a very nice looking skin for sure.
It is.
I was talking to somebody about it this week, and they said it's missing only one thing. And I knew where they were going. And I was like, I just kind of, because I was talking to him, I was like, let me guess. Batman nipples? And he was like, yes, exactly. Because we had been talking about Batman earlier.
That would be so awkward.
And I'm like, no, it doesn't need that.
I'm going to have to disagree with your friend. That's dumb. What it's missing is a good character for it to be on.
Symmetra is a good character.
No, she's not.
We just got to learn how to play her.
Symmetra's a good character if Howland's playing her.
There are some really good Symmetras out there.
Howland needs to get that skin.
Yeah, Howland does need the dragon skin.
Please get the dragon skin.
And there's a like pirate-ish Ana. Vampire Hunter McCree. That's not what it's actually called, but there's a few ones. There's a weird Reaper one that I'm not sure if I like or not, but it's definitely a downgrade from last year, so I don't care. Still rocking Pumpkinhead a year later. But yeah, it's the exact same thing as last year, except that they added Symmetra in the mix too. And oddly enough, she doesn't get rezzed whenever Mercy rezzes everybody.
Thank you. That would be way too annoying.
Have you tried?
I'm guessing that it was.
Go ahead.
I don't know. I'm guessing that was an oversight in their programming when they added it in.
Yeah, but there's regular Junkenstein, which has the regular 4 difficulties, and then they added something, and you get a few extra characters. Before I get into that, if you go into endless mode, and you are not a one-shot, one-kill with Widow, don't pick Widow. Ever. It is not helpful.
So Fever could play Widow, but nobody else is allowed to play Widow in endless mode.
I mean, there's some really good. I've seen some really good Widows out there. The ones that
Fever
I got,
is good.
Yeah, the ones that I've gotten are not. But there's Torbjorn, which is way more helpful than you would think.
No, Torbjorn's the man. I was watching the CTR event, for the party, and I think Pat was using Torbjorn, and like everyone else had like 78 kills, and Pat like had 180. It's like, holy crap!
Oh yeah.
It definitely seems like the one to do, because if you put it up on the little stage to the right as you're there, the drones aren't even going to come after you because they're going to the door anyway. So all you really have to worry about is the aerial, whatever they are, that shoot stuff in the air, hitting you. So honestly, that's the one to use, if you ask me.
Yeah. There's a few other ones. I can't remember everyone, but Endless Mode is fun. It's interesting. And when you get far enough, really hard. Like, I had some good players on my team. Pasha was on my team, Totem was on my team, and these are people way better than me. And we got to like plus 15 at our highest. Like, you complete 12 waves, normal, and then it just keeps going. And if you don't kill things fast enough, another copy of them spawn anyway. So you could have 5 Symmetras running around at the same time. Or 5,
that's horrible.
5 Junkensteins flinging grenades. And I'm just like, you can't kill them fast enough, because every time Symmetra spawns in Endless, a new shield barrier or shield generator shows up. And if you have 5 of them, you have to go kill 5 of them because everything has shields and you can't kill everything fast enough. So that was entertaining. I think we got as high as 3 Symmetras at once, and then we couldn't because someone disconnected. But I think it was about plus 15, which is good. It was fun.
That's crazy. I don't actually like Revenge, only because the characters I'm not so good at. But I played a few.
This is when you...
Sorry, I played a few games.
Yeah, this is where, like me, pick McCree. Make sure your targeting reticle is not the plus sign that I've got. I got to fix that. Get the little circle with the dot in the middle, and you just aim for headshots. And then when you get your ult up, wait for, there's a bunch of them or a boss, and you just clear out the entire thing and get play of the game.
How can you change the target reticle?
It's in the options.
Oh, you can do it in the settings. There's actually different ones for each different character too.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Really tricky with how you want it set up.
Yeah.
Interesting.
You just gotta be careful to make sure that when you're doing it on the character that you want and not on all of the characters, or you can change all of them. But yeah, you've been able to do that for a while.
Interesting.
Yeah, like for me, my Reaper is the bigger circle because he's got the shotgun, so he's got an area of effect type situation. And then like the Sniper, I have the itty bitty circle. Like, this is where you are aiming. And stuff like that. And Bastion has the great big circle because, hit shift and you're in the position and you just down left click and just clear out the screen.
I never set mine up, but a lot of the people that I watch stream it online all did. And like, for example, Duck Sauce did it on a couple different characters that he was using, and it made a huge difference for him. So I probably should have done it a while ago, but I didn't.
I probably should go do that later on.
Yeah, I can't remember where it's at, so because that's why I haven't changed it. But I know you can because I remember doing it. So yeah, that's Junkenstein. It was all kinds of fun. I spend way too much time in there.
Speaking of the rat of junk, you had made a statement either on one of our shows or may have been in Discord, so forgive me because I don't remember.
It was in Discord.
About Mr. Junkrat being available to use at BlizzCon.
Yeah.
Yep.
Tell us about that not being right.
When I said it, it was right. They put out a thing saying finals at HGC, BlizzCon, Junkrat patch, Junkrat allowed, or Junkrat enabled. AKA, he's the newest one, have fun. 2 days later, they put another one saying, after the players' feedback and viewer feedback, we have decided not to allow Junkrat.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, you.
No, you. No, I think it's a good idea not to have him there because people might not know how to counter him well, and maybe someone, figures him out really fast, and then it just kind of makes it an unfair game. Are you still pointing, Draven? Oh no, I looked at the screen. I looked at my other screen. It's confusing to have the stream on a tablet.
So I agree with what you said. However, I have a question. So I watched the video, and Junkrat may be what actually leads me to playing some HOTS. I'm just going to say that right now. After all of the stuff I've given them credit for, he may actually be the reason. However, his ability where he jumps on his rocket and flies in and blows up on people, and then his death bombs come out, and then he respawns back at the spawn point. Does that count as a death? Because he's basically kamikazing.
Nope.
So
Not
I kind of think it might be a little unfair because he's basically killing himself. So I can totally see that being the reason why he can't.
You haven't even seen the worst of it yet. You get to level 20 if you take that heroic, the ultimate with the suicide rocket. You cut the cooldown from 100 seconds to 30 seconds.
What?
That's messed up. Now that's the reason why he's not allowed there, because that's going to get nerfed.
That's not why he's not allowed. He's not allowed because the players, some of them are going to be traveling and they would literally have 4 days of practice on him, whereas some other people, like the U.S. teams, would have a little longer because of just less travel time.
Yeah, I was highly impressed with his video that they put out this past week or whatever. But yeah, it definitely seems OP.
I'm personally disappointed that there's no Junkrat. I don't think that the players are going to pick that one because the repeated suicide into buildings causing damage like that is not, as I've been told, a viable strategy. It doesn't do enough damage for the time that you're not there.
Yeah, but why would you do it into buildings? You do it into the heroes. If you could take out a hero.
That was someone found a way to do. They were doing that. Like someone took him into a match and they recorded every 30 seconds just bombing a building over and over, and he just cleared the lane because no one could kill him. Because as soon as you get like 3/4 or half of health, hit the button and just do it. Or he would just do it whenever he got back and it was off cooldown. It was just he just completely destroyed everything, and they won the game. And they were just like, that's not going to work for real because he won't make it back to the base that fast. Yeah, like I said, I'm disappointed there's no Junkrat. I understand the reasoning behind it, but going by the rules, 2 weeks is the week right before BlizzCon. Like, that week. He should technically be allowed. I understand why he's not, and I get that because people are traveling for part of it, so they're less time. But technically, he should be allowed. But I'm gonna let it go. And
wait, what are you gonna do?
I will not release the salt.
Okay, I thought maybe I heard you wrong. All right.
You probably did. Wouldn't be the first time you heard something wrong. Or I said something wrong.
No, I wouldn't. Definitely wouldn't.
But yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting.
So, with all this cool stuff, are we forgetting a game?
Hearthstone?
Oh, yeah, that card game.
No, we're not forgetting anything.
I saw this picture, and I think it was Hearthstone. I don't know. And there was this little gnome-looking, young girl gnome-looking thing, and she was sitting on this giant green deal. What is that?
That's Hearthstone. That's actually card art. That's already in the game, but she's a new hero in Hearthstone, which has a lot of controversy about it. Because to get it, you have to go to a fireside gathering, but not just any fireside gathering, a fireside gathering that's been established more than once. So if I wanted to start a fireside gathering, I would have to do 2 in order to get this card back. And it has to be Blizzard approved, which means you have to tell them the address, the location, and they actually verify that it is a public place with public Wi-Fi and all this stuff, so you can't host it in your own house kind of thing. But again, first-time makers of a fireside gathering do not get the card back. It's second or more fireside gatherings.
Well, yeah, I can kind of understand the card back. I don't know if I understand it for the hero.
Not card back. Sorry, hero. The card back you get the first time you're there. Sorry, I kept saying hero.
So is it a new class?
It replaces warlock. It's the same as right now. Like, for example, for priest, you can have Anduin, or you can have Tyrande, which was a promo through Twitch. Or
Tyrande? Who's Tyrande?
Tyrande. Whatever.
You have to say it that way. That's how it goes. You have to sound like you're in pain.
Like for the paladin, you can have him or Arthas before he was evil.
So I think we have thoroughly bored Draven. I don't know if you noticed. If you're watching the video, Draven totally decided to take some video of his ceiling while we were
fixing my camera.
Sure. No, I think he zoomed in on something that was on his ceiling. I don't know.
Zoom.
Speaking of zooming, I heard the pitter-patter of a million little feet this afternoon.
Theory, congratulations. I had no idea.
Not a million. I am not an insect. They don't happen in millions around here.
That was a joke for anyone listening. I
that you know.
That I know of.
Just know.
So yeah, as of recording, the Great Gnome run from Gnomeregan to Booty Bay happened earlier today. And I took my gnome that I made last year and couldn't go because of reasons. And I took it and went. And just say no. No with a G.
I don't understand. Did you not like it?
I was making a gnome pun.
That would be... okay.
And just say gnome wouldn't work. It's too long.
Oh, the name is Just Say No.
Yeah.
I thought you were saying just say no to the event, and I was going to actually get really annoyed at you.
No.
That was the way I heard it, too, like he had a bad time or something.
No, exactly.
I just... That's what I named my gnome. Just say no.
Okay, that makes more sense.
I even said that prior. I was like, I named my gnome, just say no. With a G.
I didn't hear that I named my gnome part.
So, was there any, officialness to this, or did anybody talk about, how much money they were able to make for charity or anything like that?
I didn't see a final count, but they did say they broke their record from last year.
Yay! Okay, cool.
Awesome.
There was $8,000 or something, I think, last time I looked, which was a couple hours ago.
So I was watching Asmongold's stream this morning, and he was talking to a lot of his viewers about it, so that's kind of cool. By the way, Asmongold has gone from a non-partnered streamer to a streamer that now has over 6,300 subscribers in less than a month.
He went to 3,000 on the first day.
So, wow. But it's kind of cool that some of the major Twitch celebrities got behind it. Anytime that happens, it's kind of nice when that happens and people actually pay attention to it.
Yeah, we did. I didn't stream it, but I did it too. I knew I was gonna have to AFK in the middle, which is why I didn't stream it. But yeah, I did the daily event thing, or the little mini event. There's a quest right there at the starting location. There's a little gnome on a box with a the yellow question mark exclamation point above her head. She's like, "Yeah, just run this race. There's these markers all along the way. You're fine." 34 of those little markers, the starting zone, the starting race area. There's the two poles and then the black and white checkered flag above. There's 34 of them you have to run through.
You counted, or there's numbers?
Cool.
There's a tracker for it. There's 34 and then a finish line.
Nice.
That's adorable.
Do they give you an achievement or a feat of strength or something for doing it?
You complete the quest. You get, since I was level 3 when I got there, I got 685 experience points because I wasn't wearing heirlooms.
They totally should give you a feat of strength or something like that for it. Maybe no achievement points, but you should at least get a feat of strength for that. And honestly, they should have one different one every year. Just for a long time, you had a different beer mug for doing Brewfest. They should do that. Come on, Liz. Come on, Alan. Make it happen.
Yeah, I didn't get to go with the main party. There's weird phasing going on because of so many people. But I saw some names. I was like, I bet you that's who that is, and that's who that is. And then they ended up tweeting, their names and stuff like that. And I was like, yeah, I knew that was you. So I saw some names there. That was pretty cool.
That's cool.
You know what else is pretty cool?
Ice.
Yeah, but you know what else?
Ice baby.
You no.
Being a demon hunter that can totally solo all the things.
Yeah, that was. I don't know how to say the name.
Cool.
It's kind of cool, but in a weird way.
Mione.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I think it's French, so yeah, Mione or
Either
something.
way, the Death Knight that used to be around soloing everything is now playing Demon Hunter soloing everything.
I think it's just Mione, and I'm pretty sure it was Mione before, just with one less E.
Yeah, there's an extra E because
could have been.
Wanted. But yeah, you guys like how many times did we have to go up against Gul'dan and we just didn't get the eyes down fast enough? And then
there was that time and that time.
And then there is this
I don't know how to count.
Vengeance Demon Hunter who soloed them down almost always before they split. Yes, he outgears it. She outgears it now. But
that's still, he's got like how many billion health?
It's totally a huge achievement, but yes, this is a symptom, and I don't want to take anything away from the guy's or girl's skill. I don't know if it's man or woman, doesn't matter. I don't want to take it away from their skill, because obviously they were very skilled at playing this game and very skilled at playing that character, especially. However, this is a symptom of item level bloat, which I've been bitching about for a couple of years. When you go from one raid to the next, the difference in your output capacity and damage intake capacity is huge because you're literally going up too many item levels.
Yeah.
It's item level bloat. If you can go one raid back or 2 raids back and solo something that was difficult for 20 people to do previously, something's wrong.
Okay, well, before you go any further with that, I want to point out the Mione, or however it said, was on normal, not mythic.
Okay.
So
well, it doesn't scale below 10.
8.
I'm pretty sure it's 10. But even if it's 8, if one person can do what 8 people needed to be able to do, it's still the same thing. It's still the same problem.
Yeah, I mean, that's like, hey, we just completed the first raid of Cataclysm. I just went and soloed the Lich King at 0% without the buff.
Yep.
That I could understand because you're going to a new expansion, you cleared out the raid, blah blah blah. I could get that.
Yeah, you've also leveled a bunch of levels.
But even back then, you couldn't solo ICC and the Lich King. It was still hard because I remember trying to do that raid and failing at
you had to go basically
with like 15 people.
Yeah, well,
you had a hard time with the raids that were at the beginning of that expansion when the new expansion came out, and now it's possible to do it in the same expansion that you're in.
Yeah, but again, this is probably the best Death Knight and Demon Hunter on the planet.
True, and I'm not trying to take anything away from them, but it's still a symptom of what's wrong with the game right now.
Yeah,
agreed.
But either way, we're not, like you said, we're not taking anything away. Congrats, sir or madam. I don't know which. It doesn't really matter either way. I will just say she because there's not enough positive energy towards the female gamers most of the time. So I would just say she.
Oh. Draven's trying to get some karma. Did you hear that? He must really need some karma. That was good.
My karma got run over by a dogma.
So maybe you're trying to get some positive brownie points so that you can be the one person maybe that gets this one item from the last boss of the next raid so that you can go from normal to super OP. Is that what you're trying to do?
I always want to be super OP.
Yep, that's exactly what he's trying to do. He's trying not to be cute.
But, I mean, no, I was actually being sincere in that comment, but if you're talking about the trinket that was originally supposed to be dropping off the last boss, or one of the trinkets that were supposed to be dropping off the last boss, which is a stupid way of doing it in the first place. I'm sorry, Bliss, but it
still
is.
Dropping off last boss.
It is now no longer a normal trinket, but it starts as a legendary.
Item level 1000 legendary.
Yeah.
I have a question. Does it still drop from the last boss?
Yes.
Or is it... Okay.
I'm not sure if this one... I know all the other ones still do, but I think this one drops from in the raid.
From the videos that I watched, which it could still change because it's still in the PTR, so it may have changed. But the video that I watched said it is still only from the last boss. That the other thing that the video said is it wasn't sure if it was an item drop that was part of the loot table or if it was a personal drop no matter what your loot's on, but that it only came from the last boss currently. But that was a video that was at least a few days old, so it could have changed.
We don't really know a whole lot just yet, except that it is no longer a normal trinket that is upgradable like the other ones are. They can all get upgraded to item level 1000 via whatever method they decide to give us. But this one starts...
Oh, I know that method too. I can tell you that method. There's another item that drops from the raid, which is each one of them give you 5 item levels. It's like a token, ring? Basically. Similar. If you remember the Archimon one.
Yeah.
You'd get the item and you could boost your legendary then. Same idea. However, there is some question as to how many of them drop and if they are personal as well. Mm-hmm. But it is a token that raises it 5 item levels.
I don't know how I feel about that. Like, in general, the whole... I'm so tired of upgrading things. Can't we just, like, get our gear like it used to be? Like, I want gear upgrades, but I don't want to have to go upgrade 1 of 2, stage 2 of 3, etc., etc. I don't know. It's just not my thing.
I agree with you. However, at the same time, there is some pretty neat gameplay type style changes that this may cause because of the fact that it's basically the Arcano Crystal on steroids. It is going to be replacing almost everyone's second trinket. If you get it, no matter what class you are, everyone's going to want it because of how powerful it is. It is going to throw a monkey wrench into things. If you have it, you can still have 2 other legendaries. So it's not going to knock out, yes, this is 100% true, Draven. It's not going to knock out your other 2 legendaries, but it is the only one that can be a third. So, like, you're not going to be able to wear a different third than this trinket. It's just if you have 2 and you get this trinket, you can now wear 3, including the trinket. So it's going to have some pretty neat, like, I would not even say necessarily style changes, but it will definitely affect the way people play their characters. But because of the fact that this video that I watched said it was only available from the last boss, unless it drops multiple of them every kill, which I kind of hope it doesn't, it's going to be a pretty big, huge problem with who gets it.
Mm-hmm.
Because everyone's going to want it. So, like, if you're doing a master looter type situation, or it's going to be difficult to figure out who you're going to give it to. So I almost hope it's a personal drop, not part of the loot table. Draven wants it really bad. But at the same time, I kind of hope that they don't have like 3 or 4 of them drop on each kill, because that seems like kind of a waste. But I don't know. It may be neat. The dynamic with the other trinkets to me seems a little weird, but I do kind of like the idea of this one, especially since it starts at 1,000. But we'll see.
Well, by the time I get back, you guys will probably already have one.
Who knows?
If the raid is, I'm assuming the raid is going to be out by December.
I'm assuming, if not
Yeah.
the Tuesday after BlizzCon, the week after.
Exactly.
I don't know if it's going to be that soon, but I definitely think it'll be end of November, at
Yeah.
that.
least.
And I'll be back by January, so
Um,
hopefully, anyways, as long
But-
as nothing throws a monkey wrench in the plans.
Draven's looking at calendars. So yes, the
November 7th or
BlizzCon is 3rd and 4th.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's the 21st or 28th, but
21st is an issue because you got Thanksgiving that week.
why is that an issue? It drops on a Tuesday.
Raiders is celebrating
The world
versus
first,
raiding.
The world first people will throw a freaking fit.
I'll tell you why it's not going to be the 7th. Everyone is going to be too busy working on BlizzCon for it to drop 2 days after BlizzCon's over.
Unless it's already ready and they're just waiting.
And let me
No,
tell
they
you why
never.
it might not be the 14th. Because Mythic doesn't come out the first week. It never does. It'll come out the week after that at the earliest, which means it would be the 21st, which means it would be right before Thanksgiving, which you're arguing against. So
Well,
if it came out on the 21st, then Mythic Week would start the week after Thanksgiving instead, which is really the more important one.
That's true.
But we'll see. I mean, honestly, it could be any of them. We could go back to the whole 11 weeks rule, figure it
14 or
out.
21st is the more likely of the two. Or,
Yeah.
the more likely ones. But yeah, since
It's,
you're saying it that way, the 21st does make more sense in terms of the Mythics. But
the problem, what's the 11th week? If we can figure out the 11th week, that's
I think
probably
that's
when it
the
is.
7th.
If that's the 7th, then that would be okay, except for I don't know how they would get it out that fast. Unless it's just ready to go and all they have to do is hit a button, which would be great.
I would
but
guess that
they're
the
obviously not
raid
going to
is
be working on
ready.
it for that 5 days.
In my opinion right now, and I haven't gotten any word or anything like that. I don't regularly talk to people at Blizzard. I would imagine the raid itself is ready to go. The trinkets is what they're having the issue with, the ones we were been talking about. Like they're trying to figure them out still. Outside of that, they're there and ready to go. It's just they're still testing stuff, but there's probably one or two like little story little story things that is causing like the patch that they want to put out to not be ready. Like it's not going to be just the raid and that's it. There's going to be story stuff, such as after the raid, like with Tomb, there was you're back in the Broken Isles and all that, and you're looking up and there's a planet up there now, and then this next raid there's this other thing which is a spoiler, so I'm not talking about it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, we will see. Honestly, the other trinkets are kind of weird, but if you're in our Discord, the video that I was talking about, I did post in there, so you can check it out. And it is from Signs of Kalani, so pretty good content creator. Usually knows his stuff, but he even said at the beginning of the video that it is PTR, so it's very likely to change. But yeah, if you want to check that out, you can.
I like Kalani's accent. It's super calming.
Yes, and you can really understand him well if you speak English too, which is nice. Because some of the other content creators that are fantastic sometimes are kind of hard to understand.
Yeah.
wouldn't know. I've never had an issue understanding the English language. There's some words that I might not understand. I can look them up, but in terms of people speaking, I've never had an issue with, okay, I don't understand what you're saying. No, I completely understand. You just use this one word that I'd never heard before.
It's just in. Draven doesn't have problems with accents.
Not usually.
My dog had a problem with that, by the way. He just needed to just tell you that was not okay.
Well, then your dog just doesn't need to listen to the British people.
Poppy, Poppy.
All right. We had some other stuff, but some of us have some other things that we need to take care of tonight, and we don't know how news stuff is gonna be. Plus, it's been like an hour since we've been going, so try to keep it closer to the hour like we're supposed to. So we're gonna push.
Well, we've been going 2 hours before.
I know we have, and that's just not what we planned on. So,
I'm teasing.
So we have esports, which we'll talk about next week. We have BlizzCon predictions, which we'll give our predictions at least sometime before BlizzCon happens, and then we'll see who is more or less right. And I can't say anything because I know some things that are not from Blizzard. It's something else entirely. It's not Blizzard exactly. It's for something else. So I can't
Critical Role?
Well, I know stuff about that too, but that's all out.
Well, did you hear that they're going to be doing some Vampire the Masquerade shorts while
yes, I watched that.
Season
that was
is in break?
It's not Blizzard stuff, so we're not going to talk about that. But if you are a fan of that kind of thing, watch Critical Role. They're cool too.
It's amazing.
So, Theory, while I've got you here, can you tell people how to get a hold of us?
I don't know. Okay. So apparently I have to do this thing live because, the pre-recorded part is on my computer, not on Draven's. So, yes, if you'd like to get a hold of us, you can find all of our stuff at epicfailpodcast.com. If you want to tweet at us, you can do that at podcastepicfail. If you want to tweet as in Tweety Bird, at Draven, you can do so at Draven Dresden. At Scarlet is at Scarlet_CTR. And at me, not really at me, but at me is at Gang Theory. Or am I getting paid double to make... Whoa, no, you should be. Bye. So yeah, if you want to talk to us, that's how you can do it.
I'm talking to myself. I was trying to say that in Skype, but I can't ban stuff on my tablet, apparently.
Well, luckily, I don't have the thing to set it up for the chat to show up in the thing down this way. So it wasn't as bad as it could have been, but yeah, I had a different screen up, so I couldn't see that. There are better places to troll people. We're just this little thing.
Alessander, hey!
I honestly almost said the whole thing, so
you
that
did.
was pretty funny. No, I didn't. I didn't say the bad part.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
I said everything but the bad part.
I'm gonna have to edit that out. Thanks a lot, Theory. You didn't say it, but
part.
You didn't say the bad part.
I'm gonna have to edit all that and then this entire conversation. No, I'm just gonna leave it.
You should
just leave it. It's fine.
Just leave it. And if you're gonna edit anything, you should put the regular context in.
Yeah.
That's true. It got kind of disrupted.
Yeah.
Anyway, so.
Plus, I totally wasn't ready.
Well,
But anyway.
Shout out outside of me, Scarlet, which I know you're gonna be so lovely to say again.
Why would I say it again? I already said it.
I already got one.
Do you have anyone else you want to give a shout out to?
I want to shout out to the raid team, and also Alessander just stopped in chat. So hi, Alessander. I'm going to shout out to you for supporting us all this time, and please send us more questions because I want more questions and emails for Draven to read. Haha. No, but seriously, the raid team is pretty chill. And even though I have to take a break for like a month and a half, I thought, depending on how the Wi-Fi is, even though I won't be gaming, maybe I could like hop in the podcast and just be like podcasting from the house and like chat with you guys. I don't know. Depends on how the Wi-Fi is because there's really bad internet where I'll be staying for a month. But anyways, I hope I'm not gone that long. That's all. That was a rant. Hi to the raid team and the podcast people.
Theory, have you any shout outs that may or may not include me?
They definitely don't include you. I guess you are part of the raid team, though, so shit. I guess they kind of do. There's your editing point. I guess they do include you. So yeah, I'm going to give a shout out to the fire department and also to the chickens. I also want to give a shout out to Alessander because she continues to email Draven even though he doesn't check his email. And we still don't read her questions because you don't check your email.
I check the email all the time, actually.
Also, Alessander, you missed it. We actually did talk about a couple things about StarCraft today. But anyway, yeah, that's my shout outs. Shout outs to all the folks that I've been raiding with. I appreciate the time, the family environment. It was a lot of fun. Every single one of you are people that I considered part of my family, so I appreciate you. And I look forward to hopefully new and cool things to come.
Just a quick thing. I can't type on my iPad. It's not even an iPad on my tablet because it's really awkward. But anyways, our new viewer Shaggles wants to shout out to SWTOR and Guild Wars 2 because he plays those and doesn't play Blizzard games, but is listening to us. So hey, that's cool.
Did you call them Shaggles? Because that is not what it
Shaggies.
says. There you go.
It's a tablet. I'm sorry. It's a tablet. I can't read.
Working as intended.
Shaggles.
User error.
All right. So, name of the show is going to be Scarlet Can't Read.
Yes.
Draven's shout-outs are going to be Azeroth Roundtable because I got mentioned on the show and they said I was awesome. And I'm not even kidding about that. I was watching them last night and they were like, John was talking about how his one Mythic run was so slow because he had to 3-man it with him as a tank. And then I was like, yeah, but you had a 6-minute Maw run and they went on a 5-minute tangent of get me as your person and everything will die.
That's awesome.
I was like, well, I kind of overgeared it, so it wasn't hard, but... And then they just kept going. I was like, okay, I'll take it. So yeah, that's going to be my personal shout-out. Obviously, shout-out to everyone who did the Patreon, the Twitch subscriber, and anyone who shows up live every week because you're
Norman.
insane.
Norman. Big shout out to Norman.
Yeah, we
the
have
turtle.
To
Yes.
Norman. The world wouldn't be the same without a Norman.
Norman is amazing.
Norman is cool, especially when he randomly pulls things. And it drives
Okay,
everyone crazy.
It doesn't drive everyone crazy.
No, not
I'm
everyone.
a tank. It doesn't matter.
It's usually rather funny. Sometimes it ends in a white, but it's still usually funny.
No, that's usually when I Leroy things.
If I had to choose who was going to pull early, it would be Norman every time.
If I had to choose who would pull early, it would be nobody, because I wait till 1 before I hit my potion. And if I do that, people...
But see, Norman can feign death.
Yeah.
And now they're coming to get you.
Scarlet.
Hey, guess what?
There
In a
won't be
few
as
more
many
weeks,
cops?
There won't be any sirens because I'll be living in the boonies. Just saying.
And doing the podcast with a tin cannon of string.
Yeah, pretty
We
much.
kind of do that now, to be fair. It's kind of not really a difference. It's just going to be one more person doing that at this point.
I need a new tin can down here.
Yeah. Anyway, that'll be the shout-outs. Thank you, crazy people, for showing up and all that fun stuff.
You're welcome.
I wasn't thanking you.
Oh.
But you are, in fact, crazy.
I know. That's why I said thank you.
But we're all crazy. Do we have any last words before we get out of here?
Bananas.